bro.
Man, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
We came on at 8 o'clock.
Oh, nigga, we on time?
On time, bro.
Wow.
We ain't did that in forever and some days, bro. But hey, we here. We ain't seen y'all family since before this little storm thing that happened.
Friday.
Man,
it was last Friday.
Friday before
Friday before Thanksgiving. There was, was that the booty show?
Yeah, that was the booty show. Yeah, they was deep. They was very deep. We had about 200 some comments about booty. Yeah. But hey, man, we coming on time, man. After the snowstorm, the winter storm, whatever you want to call it, came through, man. We here. We back in front of our family, man. Two men with an opinion, man. We ain't seen y'all in a minute. Come on in. Let your people know. We back. We on.
It's going down.
It's Saturday, though. We normally hit y'all on a Friday, but, you know, we had to take care of some stuff. So, man, we back. Y'all come on in, man. Tag your people. Let your people know that two men with an opinion on. We live.
Yeah.
We got my boy. We got Brun with us. We got Brun with us. Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So,
cameraman, you see, we
yeah. But he good. We good. King, man. So, hey, man, it's been a minute since they seen us, man. What's been up with it, man? Man, long time no see our people, man. They ain't seen us together.
Hey, man, you know, we did like a little, what was that, like a little 20-minute deal?
Yeah,
man?
about 20-25 minutes.
Checking on y'all, man, making sure everybody's good.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to rehash and go back into all this, man, but that was, you know, I see a lot of people that still, you know, they don't have power, and some people still don't have water, man. Well, this right here, man, this taught me to be thankful for what I have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I took a shower, and I was like, wow, that was the best shower in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, when you a big guy, you gotta wash in folds. I gotta wash in sections. Yeah, man. You know, and man,
thank you for the little things.
Yeah, you have to be there. Hey, man, people even lost their lives, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was not a good look, man. But we really just came on the day we did, man, to check on our people, man, because a text message, a phone call, you know, that means a lot during the time that we was dealing with, man. So, hey, man, we just trying to do our part. That's all we was trying to do.
You know, my dad, he instilled this in me, my sister, all of my little cousins. The 2 keys to success: patience and perseverance. You know, hey, and that's what we had to do to get through this.
Yeah.
We had to be patient. We had to sit our ass down.
Yeah, we did.
Sit still.
Yeah, we did.
And, you know, when they say don't drive, I drove because I got 1,000 people in the house.
Yeah.
You know, but I was still had to be patient, and we persevered. We got through this.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, man, everybody, you know, deal with crisis and things different.
Right.
You know, and one of the things that I've always been mindful of, don't judge people on how they deal with what they're going through. Right. Because you never know until you in them shoes. But the crazy thing about what just recently happened, everybody was going through it. Yeah. But everybody dealt with it different. Right. So, like we said, man, it's been a minute since we seen y'all. We just want to check on y'all first before we go into the show. See how our people doing. See how our family doing, man. Let us know that y'all doing all right. Or whatever. Now, no, man, we normally have a gear grinder, but, man,
we don't need one.
We don't even really need one for the night, man, because tonight, man, what we going to discuss tonight, you know, me and my guy, man, we always do like a little pre-show. This is the behind-the-scenes stuff y'all don't see and don't know about. And we was kind of going back and forth, man, and when we finally decided to run with this one, I was like, King, I think this is going to be a good one. Because what we going to discuss tonight is rarely talked about. Right. People rarely, and I think a lot of people don't know how. So tonight what we're going to discuss is the role of a step-parent. And man, when I initially what popped in my head was that's a role that's very, they don't get glorified as much as I think they should for the things that they do. Right. Both the males and the females that step parents in whatever situation, I don't think they get their due credit. So for me, my thing is, let's talk about something that a lot of people don't know how or sometimes don't have a platform to discuss these things. So, hey man, tonight on Two Man with an Opinion, that's what we're gonna discuss. So come on in, give us y'all opinions on it, and let's see where the show takes us, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, Marcus Hicks, what's up with it, man?
What's up, Hicks?
He just chimed in. You know, we usually start with me, but I think we need to switch gears.
Okay.
You know,
because of what we're talking about.
Yeah, because you know that's the anything with the kids. Yeah, you like a kid whisperer.
Kid whisperer. Okay.
Yeah. So let me put it to you, man. Have you? I know you have. When you was in the step parent role, man, how did you deal with it? How did you like it? What were some of the things that you dealt with?
Man, first, I don't think that's something that you can be taught. Right. You can kind of learn as you go. Right. But I've always, and anybody that know me know, I always put myself in the position of the kid. Right. And the situation that I was in, Junior was he was probably like a year or 2 years. Mm-hmm. And his brother, his mom had already had a kid. And in my head, it was, don't let his brother see that I treat him different than I treat my son. Right. That automatically came in my head. Even though that was my first son, I was still thinking about his brother. Right. So for me, I just put myself in that kid's position. And it wasn't a hard transition for me, King. It really wasn't, man, because I'm always thinking about the kid, thinking about the kid. So granted, did my son get treated semi-differently? Yes, because that's my blood. Right. But if I'm going to the store, when me and his mom was together, I get Junior, I get for him. And it's just little things like that, man, that I self-taught myself, that nobody had to teach me that. Right. And that transition was easy for me. And sometimes you do that, and when kids notice that you treat them different, the kids should be resentful towards each other. Right. And us as parents, we don't even pay attention to that. We ain't thinking about stuff like that. But it's like, why y'all always getting into it? You don't know the secret conversation and arguments the kids have behind closed doors. Right. Because of how you just genuinely treating the one that's blood related to you the way you treat them, but you don't know how the other kid is receiving that treatment. Yeah. And how they feeling like, what about me? What about they kids at the end of the day. Right. So you just doing naturally what you think is right, which is right, but you have to think about how that's gonna make the other kid feel. So my experience when I went through it, that was my thinking going into it. And I didn't get a lot of backfire from that because the kids was treated equally. And that was just something that I was always cautious of when I was dealing with my son and his brother at the time. But you know, too, you knew about the step parent and all that because you had a step parent. Yeah, I went through it. Yeah. I went through it. I personally went through it, so in my mind, that helped me out. Not even knowing it, but now that we're talking about it and it just dawned on me, I was always thinking about how I would have been treated, right, how I would have felt had it been done to me. Right. Being that I had a stepdad, it's like, wow, I kind of know what to do and what not to do because of the experience I had. Exactly, yeah. And if you don't have an experience and you get in a situation, you're going to only go on what you think is right, but how you know that your thinking is right. Right. So for me, that experience of being a kid to a step parent really helped me a lot when I was put in that position. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never had I'm lying. I got a stepmom when I was 30. So wow. So 30? I mean, it didn't really bother me. I didn't really know her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm cool with her. You know, I love her, but I mean, I don't know. Huh. You know? So I mean, you know, I didn't know nothing about being a step parent or having a step, none of that. It was all new to me. When I started dealing with my wife, she already had some kids, and I was like, So I'm like, all right. And I didn't have no kids. Okay. So I went from just being me, happy, do what I want to do, cussing and, you know what I'm saying? I had to tone it down. Yeah. Okay, I got kids now. Yeah. And I didn't realize all of the pressure. The pressure comes with being a step parent. Man. Because, man, when I've always wanted kids, and my dad raised me to be a dad. That's what he raised me. Right. My dad raised me to be a dad and to be a husband. Okay. So I prided myself on being a dad and a husband.
But I'm younger, so I'm not gonna do the same thing my dad did. I wanted to go in the mall and have the I'm not a Jordan fan, but I wanted to buy the matching shoes. My son had a whole outfit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I couldn't do that because I had a bunch of kids. So if I
had to spend wisely.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I love all my kids. I don't even call them step kids. They mine. Because hell, I pay for them.
Yeah.
But
what about, what about the parent that does that don't get the recognition that they do? Meaning, here I am, that stepped into the role of being the father to the kid that father's not doing for them, and they doing everything.
Right. What's the living system?
They don't get the recognition that he don't get, or the mother. I'm not gonna just say the man.
Right.
The mother, the stepmom.
Yeah.
If they not getting the credit that's due to them because they're doing, for whatever the reason, the biological mama and daddy not doing what they do, but they just stepped into the role because a lot of people had that mindset. I marry you, I date your kids.
Right.
So once you take on that package deal responsibility, now I start doing and catering to the kids' every need, not just from a financial standpoint, mental, spiritual, emotional, but now all of a sudden that credit that's well deserved. Who do you think that credit should come from? Should it come from the kids? Should it come from the woman or the man that you date that you're doing that for? Who do you think should give you that credit that you deserve? But sometimes people want to feel like, hey man, thank you for just being you, taking on kids that's not yours. Sometimes, man, people need to hear that.
Yeah.
Step parents need to hear that what I stepped in, the role I stepped in and did without hesitation, they need to hear sometimes, hey, thank you.
Right.
Thank you for doing what you're doing for kids that's not yours.
Wow.
Now, some people may feel like, oh, you should because you date me. Yes, I should, but at the same time, a thank you go a long way.
Right.
Who do you think that thank you or that appreciation should come from?
I think it should come from everybody. But in a perfect world, that's just what it is. We're all appreciated, but that's not the truth. Everybody's underappreciated. Okay. Everybody.
Okay.
Man, I've been in situations to where I done gave my last, and I never really cared about appreciation and all that because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I never had I was with my mom and my dad. I didn't know nothing about step parents. I ain't know nothing about step kids.
So that was new to you.
It was new to me. So I was like, I just did this and did that. Everybody happy. And I didn't get a thank you, and it didn't bother me.
So you didn't even have a thought process to even know.
Yeah, it didn't bother me.
Yeah, okay.
I just knew, hey man, this is what it is. Kids need, so I gotta do. Wife needs, so I gotta do. I need to worry about it. But now that I'm older and I see what it is, you're right. Yeah, I appreciate you every now and then. Yeah. I want that. Yeah. And I didn't even, really did it with your fat ass. You the one that was kind of brought it up to me. And I'm like, thank you. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I didn't even look at it like that.
But a lot of times we just so programmed to just doing. We not even understanding how much that thank you will mean. Yeah. Because we just doing, because like you just said, hey, I married her, I'm dating her, I date her kids. I'm doing for them. I'm just doing. But at the same time, when you hear some of the stories these kids tell you what they would want their biological to do. Yeah. Mama or daddy. Yeah. And you're doing it easily. You're not even hesitating. But say you doing it and the biological mama and daddy, for whatever the reason out the blue come into the picture, bring them some money, come and pick them up. Everything you probably did, and again, it's no knock against the kids because the kids are just being kids. Right. But they come that one time, pick the kid up for the weekend if the mama and daddy allow them. And they come back from their weekend with their mama and daddy that they barely been seeing. Yeah. Now, you've been within this kid like every day, all day, school, sickness, and all that there. Yeah. But that one weekend trumped everything you've been doing. Yeah. That bothers some people, man. If people sit up there gonna say, man, that don't bother me, you're not being honest with yourself. If you know that man or woman haven't been doing their part for whatever the reason may be, whether they were sick, dating somebody else, incarcerated, whatever the reason was, but when all of a sudden they come and be back in that kid life that you didn't accept it, and they come and do what they do, man, part of you that's gonna bother a little bit. If you don't, and again, it's not against the kid, right? Because the kid just coming back excited, mama, daddy, however they call it, man, I enjoy my time, and you gonna probably be happy for the kid's happiness, right? But then when the doors are closed and the lights go off, and you land there thinking, you like, man, wow, like I never got that genuine happiness for what I've been doing since the beginning. But here, all of a sudden, your mama, daddy come out the blue and take you here, take you there. It's like, man, that's the best thing smoking. That bother you, man. Like that'll bother you, bro. I think it will.
And you know what? That has happened a few times. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't bother. It didn't bother me. You know, I don't know why. Maybe because I didn't give a damn. I don't know.
Some people don't. Some people don't care.
Maybe, but I understand where you're coming from, man. Because when it happened and my son came back, my other kids was like. They was like, oh, he get to go, oh, you know? Yeah. And I had to tell them, like, man, that's not what's up, you know? That's not cool. And, you know how kids tease each other.
Right.
Well, my baby boy, the one that I made, you know, his older brother was teasing us. Said, well, I got two daddies, you know? And
kids being kids.
Yeah, kids being kids. And, and my son started crying. He came up. He said, why he get two daddies? I want two daddies. I said, no, you don't. You don't want two daddies because that's twice the ass one. You don't want that. Yeah. Hey, man, Tim Cole said, y'all always have excellent topics. Appreciate that, Timmy Cole.
Appreciate you, Tim. Appreciate you, Tim.
And he said, are you trying to play a role like TD said, just being you? Brother, hey, Mr. Hicks, that's just me, bro. I'm not trying to play a role. I'm just, you know, I was brought up in the church. I've always been a protector, always been a leader. I'm the oldest grandchild on both sides. So taking care, making sure everybody's good, that's just what I was made to do. I was born to do that. Yeah. That was put in me. Right. And I mean, with my little sister, I got one biological sister. And I mean, we're 10 years apart. Everywhere I went, she went. That was my dad told me. When she go, you go. That's just what it is. We at the basketball court, she 2, I'm 12. How can I watch her and hoop? Yeah. But I made it happen. Yeah. So taking care, that's just what it is. Yeah. And I didn't look for a thank you or none of that. That's just what it was. That's what I didn't even realize I wanted a thank you to his father.
Say, man, I'm just always in that mindset. Everybody, you know, for those of you that don't know, the ones that do know, I'm always an independent thinker. I don't think like the norm. And I was like, you know what? Why not have this discussion? Right. Granted, I know a lot of people may not know how to have the discussion, but I'm going to bring something to the table. Say you taking care of some kids and for whatever the reason may be, the kid decides to want to start calling you daddy or calling you mama. Right. But you're not the biological one. Right. How do you receive that and handle it? Because that kid is just being a kid, and that kid can be willing and ready to show appreciation before the mama of their kid or the dad of their kid, and they just, if they dad not in their life or mom not in their life, man, and they going to school, like I'm gonna paint a picture, man, because I'm in that field.
Wait, let me read this. Mr. Hicks, he said, I think that's how people get caught up and confused about the situation. He's right. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Now go ahead. Paint your picture.
If a kid go to school and she or he hear and see that the other kid's mom and dad is involved in their life, they don't know if that's a step parent or not. All they seen is a male figure parent. Yeah. So they come home and they like, wow, this ain't my real dad, but he's doing daddy things. She's doing motherly things. Right. I feel like I should start calling him daddy or her mom. Right. Is that something that you think is a problem? Because some people, well, how I was brought up and what I was taught. Right. You never call somebody that your mama's dating by their first name. Like, if I was dating a woman and she had a son or a daughter, her calling me Marcus was almost a sign of disrespect. Wow. It's Mr. Marcus or whatever. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So just calling me by my first name, from what I was taught and learned growing up, that's a sign of, granted the kid don't know, but that's the purpose and the job of the parent to correct them and redirect them. No, that's not what you do. Right. But you being a step parent, What if that kid is just feeling how you treating him or her, and she saw all of a sudden want to call you dad and mama? How do you handle that situation?
Well, I would love it. Hey man, call me whatever. I am a step parent, and I mean, early in the game, the youngest kid is not mine. He was calling me dad. He was like, he whenever we go, that's my dad. That's what he would say.
Right.
But the oldest one that I didn't make, he wasn't feeling me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what.
That's naturally what happened.
Yeah. The oldest one, he feel like I'm taking this place or whatever.
Yeah, that's a natural thing.
And he was like kind of against me, so he turned the youngest one. That's not your dad and A, B, and C or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That still didn't bother me. It is what it is. So to this day, they don't call me dad, and I don't worry about it. I got people that call me daddy.
Yeah, and that's really not your dad. That you really not their dad.
Yeah. So I mean, it don't bother me. But I understand where you coming from.
What about if it was somebody you was dating and your daughter was calling a female mother? Would you have an issue with her calling another woman mom?
No, I wouldn't. Because I wouldn't have an issue with it. Because if the woman I'm dating is doing motherly things, and she gonna be in the picture, like for real, then hey man, whatever floats your boat. And again, this coming from, I never had step parents.
You never been in that situation.
That's new to me. I only got kids with one woman.
Yeah, cause see, I've been in that field. So for me, I look at it as a sign.
That's a field now?
Well, you know what I mean.
So that's an occupation.
Yeah. No, I'm saying.
So you got a degree in step parenting?
Wrong choice of words. Wrong choice of words. I've been in that situation to where I understand the importance of making it, because the kid got to feel comfortable as well as the parent.
Right.
And if you just allowing this kid to just call you whatever, and you know you're doing X, Y, and Z, for some people, that's a problem.
Right.
Now, how many people going to say something about it? Probably not too many, because they like, it is what it is, it's whatever. But man, just my personal opinion, I don't think step parents get enough credit that they're due for the things that they do for other people's kids, bro.
Now check this out.
I really don't think they do.
Check this out, Miss Brandy. She said it's called bonus parent.
I've heard of it.
I didn't know what the hell it was.
I heard of it before.
But yeah.
Bonus parent.
Bonus parent, you're a special edition, a bonus. What is step?
Well, growing up, that's what we used to be called.
Yeah.
Step parent.
I ain't never had a bonus or a step. So
that's what I'm saying though.
I was whatever they called me.
But me seeing it, being the kid in the situation, and being a parent in the situation, I know both sides of the coin. So for me, it's not nothing uncommon. But I don't, just from my 41 years of being on this earth, man, I rarely see people really promote step parents getting the credit that they do for what they do for kids that's not theirs. Both the males and the females. It's like, some people may say, why should you get an applause for what you should do? Some people are going to say that you should. But at the end of the day, if I done took up another man's situation and took up another man's responsibility, or this woman then took on another woman's responsibility as far as teaching this young lady how to grow up and be a young lady, she deserves to get her due credit. Now, am I saying applaud her every day for what she's doing? No. But I think the man that she blessed to be in his life and be the mother to his child, I think that man, need to say, babe, thank you for being the mother to my child that she didn't have. Right. I think that's the guy's responsibility to let that woman know you are appreciated. Right. Even if my daughter's not old enough to tell you that, let me speak on my daughter's behalf. Hey, thank you for what you teaching my daughter. Because what if the mama passed away? Right. What if she's incarcerated? What if it's some whatever situation going on? Yeah. And you just stepped into that role and you stepped into it and never look back. I think that guy need to tell that woman, hey, thank you. Thank you for what you teaching my daughter. Same thing if it was a woman, and a lot of single mamas have young men. Yeah. And some people feel like women can't raise young boys to be men. I know some people gonna be biased and say it has been some young boys raised by women and turned out fine. Damn good, yeah. But at the same time, if you have a man that you dating, and he stepped into that role and he's really teaching this young man how to be a man, I feel like, hey man, salute that guy.
Right.
Tell that man, hey man, I appreciate you for stepping into this role and teaching my young king how to be a king.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Brandon, she said I didn't. I said my daddy and my sister. So everybody was the same. And
you got some people that's like this.
That's the way I think it should be. That's why now that I'm older, I feel that. I feel that. I don't. Whenever somebody asks me, I don't say step kids, bonus kids, none of that extra kids. I just say my kids. And she said, "Yeah, I hear you, Marcus." There was a situation, man, where one of my kids, we were somewhere, and and I don't know what happened. We were out to eat, and this is not somebody I made, but I mean, I'm taking care of him. So, again, he's mine. And somebody said, "Man, you look just like your dad." Me and him, we both look at each other like, man.
Do you not know? It's not. Yeah.
But even then, I was proud. Like, okay, because I mean, we ain't got no ugly kids. That's what's up. But
so it didn't bother you.
Nah, it didn't bother me.
Y'all had a little moment between you and him.
Exactly.
Like, and he really knew.
And I understand where you're coming from when you saying how you could tell a kid that, like, with a single mom, because before I came into the picture, my kids they were soft. I'm gonna just put it, they were super soft. I mean, soft.
And you came in and put that ooh-wee on.
Yeah, I just had to let them know.
Had to,
hey, you're a boy.
Yeah.
That means one day you're gonna be a daddy. That means one day, if you're lucky, you're gonna be a husband. You gotta learn how to lead. You gotta learn how to walk like a man, talk like a man, know how to treat a woman. I had to show them everything. You gotta learn how to work, because at first they used to work, but night they would get. I gotta boo. Get your ass. Come on, man. Let's go.
See that what you just explained is what you just explained. Your story is a man that comes into a family and does that. I think he needs to be told, I appreciate you for helping my young kings become kings. Because what you deposited in them, I couldn't give them that.
Right.
But you came without hesitation and you gave them what I couldn't.
Yeah.
I just feel like people need to be said thank you for that. Now, every day, no.
Yeah.
But if you wouldn't have came in and deposited in them what you deposited in them, it's no telling how they would have viewed life.
Right.
It's no telling how, when they got hit with certain circumstances, how they would have handled it.
Right.
Now, at the end of the day, some people could probably say, no, he shouldn't. Damn that. Because, hey, man, give people their flowers.
Yeah.
When would they do what they do?
Yeah.
Because that's just something that, that stuff is not given the due credit, man, when it's a step parent doing it.
Yeah. Bonus parent.
I'm sorry. I know a lot of y'all done seen the Sierra and Russell Wilson situation.
Oh, with Future.
Yeah. And man, I seen it, and a lot of people gave Russell Wilson a lot of slack, man, because before him and Sierra had a baby together, he was taking care of Future baby as if he was his. And a lot of people gave dude slack about that. I'm like, how y'all gonna run this man down for taking care of a kid named his as if it's his?
Right.
Well, if that's in the public eye, that's not the norm.
Right.
So when Future had an issue with it, a lot of people was okay with Future's mindset about how Russell Wilson, because he was kind of bashing dude.
Right.
I'm like, how y'all think that's okay? Because this man being a grown man in the situation and doing what a lot of y'all ain't accustomed to seeing. Like he could have very well said, hey, this ain't my biological son, so that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
Now, if you do that, that woman ain't gonna look at you the way
exactly.
You're not finna be able to neglect no woman's cub and think she's finna still allow you to do what you're doing. Right. Come on, man. But that dude manned up, took care of his business, and helped take care of another man's kid and kept it moving. Now they got 2 other beautiful kids after that, man. I salute that man for that.
You have to. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm laughing because I'm remembering all of the stories and everything that I done went through with all my kids. And the oldest, he's 23 now. I got a 19-year-old. And they tell me, hey, man, thank you. Bro, And they talk to me before they talk to their mama a lot of times because I'm a man.
Yeah.
Telling me about sex stuff and, you know,
the importance of a bonus parent.
yeah.
Say step parent.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's just, I've had a lot of sex talks with 4 of them. And I'm kind of worried about my daughter, but I got to get her too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, but I mean, they always, my oldest always call him, hey, what you think about this? He always gives my opinion on whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and he said, man, I really appreciate you. And, you know, and my 19-year-old, he play around. What's up, Pops, and this and that. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But that's something that, you know, if I'm getting it from the kid, that's validation enough for me. Like, man, you appreciate what I'm doing.
Right.
Like, that's validation enough for me. To where it's like, man, this blood, sweat, and tears, not that what I'm doing out here in the world, the blood, sweat, and tears I'm putting in this house, it's not going unnoticed. Yeah. Like, if people are appreciating the kids, more importantly, is appreciating what I'm doing. Yeah. That's the key.
Hey, man, Miss Brandy said that's what Russ was supposed to do. They were a package deal, and he was supposed to love that baby as much as he loved Sierra. Period.
Yeah. Hey, Queen, come close.
Yeah.
I agree. I just brought that up, and it came to my thought process because a lot of people, man, bash dude for that. Yeah. Why? I have no idea. But I think a lot of it is because in the public eye, that's not the normal what they see. Mm-hmm. Especially 2 celebrities, the type of person Future was and is, and the type of person Russell Wilson is. You looked at pun on that as like, man, you weak for that. Like, why is this man weak for doing what a man's supposed to do? Right. I don't understand that thought process. But how many times, or for y'all that's watching, can y'all honestly say that y'all been in situations as far as a step parent, whether you was the parent or the kid, and it's been a good situation? Because I think some people's step parent situation, you got some people that step parents, man, let them not do, let the dad or the mama, and y'all getting into it, they'll take it out on the kid. Yes. You ain't mine. Yeah. You ain't biologically mine. People do that, man. Now, how many people gonna talk about it? How many people gonna admit it? Probably not too many. Right. But you got some people, man, when they get into it, you'll start seeing the difference, and it's messed up. But people will start treating their kids different from the kids that's not theirs. Yeah. And that's a fact, man, but people don't talk about it. You know, man, wow, now that you bring that up, you know, when my wife first got together, her and the kids, they were raised like Jehovah's Witness. Mm. I don't do that. Right. You know, I'm sticking to what I know. Right. And we had a discussion before we got together. We're not going to do that. Hey, if I'm going to be the head, I'm going to lead. Yeah. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I ain't got nothing against them. Yeah. I don't know the religion. I'm not going to bash them, but I'm not going to bring something into my household or let something into my household that I don't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it was an issue. And, you know, with my mother-in-law, she's a Jehovah's Witness. You know, that's what it is. That's all the grandbabies knew was my grandma, you know, and we Jehovah this, Jehovah that. And I was cool with it at first, but then they tried to like bring my son into it, and I had to put my hoof down. I'm not going to do this because I don't know nothing about this religion. I know my religion, and this is what I'm going to raise my kid in. And we did kind of bump heads on that for a little while. Yeah. We good now though. Yeah. But I mean, that's just all a part of, you know, coming together. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it was rough though. Hey, what's going on, Miss Webster? Hi, yeah, country. Okay. Miss Webster. How big is it? Hey, that's an inside thing, man. Don't even. Miss Webster. Yeah. Watch a whole bunch of laughing monkeys come on the screen. Miss Webster, how big is it? Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all this, man, since he got a lot of jokes, man. Wait a minute. I will say this too. She said, "Don't do me." Yeah. Hey, but you know, there's a flip side of that coin too. You have really, really good step parents, and you got some piss poor step parents. Man, yeah, you know. Don't get me there, man. Hey, because there's a lot of solid step parents out here, bro. It is. From the beginning, day one, they step to the plate. Never look back, but you got some, bro. they would literally sit there and see that this kid need whatever, whether it's counseling, financial, whatever, and they mindset to be it ain't mine.
Right.
Your daddy, ask your daddy.
Yeah.
That ain't mine, ask your mama. Like, that's the type of stuff that you have some of these step parents out here doing. Of course it's not okay, but is it done a lot? Yes. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, why is it not discussed? I don't think a lot of people know how to talk about it, because that can lead to you not being in my situation no more.
Right.
You could be packing your bags and leaving.
Right.
Because I ain't gonna say think. I know people don't play about their kids.
Right.
So when you start mishandling people's kids the wrong way because of whatever mean you got going on, for some people it ain't even a discussion after that. Man, move around. Yeah. Because my kids ain't got nothing to do with what me and you having our disagreement on. Right. But you got a lot of bonus parents that are really solid people, bro. How many people can sit there and say, you know what, I've been appreciated the whole time. Right. With everything you've been doing for my kid, I appreciate you from day one. It ain't a lot of people.
No, it's not.
It's not a lot of people, man. Like, I think that's a conversation that a lot of people really don't know how to have. Yeah. Because they don't want to offend the other significant other that they're in a relationship with. Right. They don't want to offend them. You got to be able to have some of these uncomfortable conversations, because you never know, you not talking about that, you never know how that person's secretly feeling. A lot of people don't know how to talk about it, because if I say this here, how they gonna think about me after this conversation? Right. How they may miss me to treat my kid after the conversation. Exactly. Because you start saying, well, you ain't said this, you ain't said that. And they may be like, oh, so this how you been feeling the whole time? Right. They mess around and start mistreating your kid for whatever the reason may be. Man, come on, man, that's a whole, come on, man. Person start messing around, don't have that same last name no more after that. Because of that, man, like, hey, man, look, I know a lot of people may not know how to talk like this here, about this here. I done been there. Yeah. And I understand it. And I know I've been on both sides of the coin, man. Yeah. And that's not a good look and not a good feeling to have kids. And you don't teach that kid how to appreciate the parent that's not biologically yours. Yeah. That's never a good look, bro.
Hey, Mr. Hicks, he said, why don't they want to talk about it if they know they got kids? Yeah, that's a tough conversation.
Hey, man, look,
it's tough.
When we said we was going to talk about this here, I said it from, hey, man, this is something a lot of people don't know how to talk about. Yeah. Because you are a man, wow.
Stop saying step.
Bonus parent. And when you are a bonus parent, man, it's a lot that come with it. Right. You have to deal with a lot of things that a biological parent don't have to deal with. You got to deal with a lot of feelings, a lot of not being this and not being that, not being appreciated this way and that way. It's almost like the biological one gets away with stuff the bonus parent don't. Right. It's like, man, you the daddy, and you get a chance to get away with stuff. But me being a bonus daddy, I can't get away with what you don't get away with. But I do more for, some people may be like, man, I do more for kids that ain't mine than my kid. Yeah. It's some people, bro, that actually have that happen, but they get patted on the back for doing that? No, they not. It's almost like, man, when you married her, you dated her, you knew what you was getting yourself, you knew she had kids. Yeah. But it's like, well, hold on, okay, I feel that, bro, but tell me thank you for what I'm doing, though. Like, it's some women and men, if people got a ready-made family, they gonna date them. Yeah. You got some people be like, hey, man, some people ain't trying to be a bonus parent. Yeah. I've heard that before, like, man, you got kids, you know what? Or some of them be like, depending on how old your kid is. If he's freshly newborn, you got some women won't date a guy because of it.
I've heard of it.
Because it's a chance that you possibly may go back.
Go back, yeah.
And it's like, man, I don't want to start getting invested in this young lady, young man, and you mess around and dip and move around. But here I am, accepting, doing for this kid, investing in this kid, and then you go back to him because all of a sudden he started talking back good to you. Right. And y'all started back rekindling the things that I probably was just a temporary fix for whatever the reason may be. Yeah, man, come on, man. Man, look.
Hey, Mr. Hicks, he said, is that real different than kids showing appreciation for their parents all the time? You know, I mean, a lot of kids don't. A lot of kids don't show appreciation. Man, that's just what it is.
Man, look.
Yeah.
Man, look. See, y'all, man, I talk about, man, look.
So let me ask, wait, calm down. I see you with your man. Hey, Miss Brandy said, that's me. If the baby is small, bye. She said, because they still smashing.
Wow. Sis, wow, that's you automatically done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've heard that before, though. I heard people say.
I've heard that too.
Yeah. What you finna say?
I mean, like, again, I know, you've been on both sides. So when you were a kid, what did you see that you didn't want to do, with your bonus kids? When you was a bonus child.
Yeah.
So, because I know you got a lot going on in your past. You know what I'm saying? Just open up a little, just not all, just a little.
Yeah. Hold on, say that again, because my mind is on something. Say that again, King. What you say?
I said, man, tell me something that happened to you when you were younger that you saw that you took from that and made sure that you didn't do to your bonus kids when you was going to get them. You know what I'm saying?
I think the main thing I made
basically, where did your bonus parent mess up at?
I think it was noticeable that it was a difference in how me and my brother was treated.
Wow.
It was noticeable. And
in a good way or a bad way?
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Okay, so how was it good?
The good thing about what was done was I didn't know I needed the type of support that he was giving. So that was good. The bad in that support was my brother didn't get that support. Oh. So that the good is because for me it was good, but it was bad for my brother.
Right.
And how I'm able to pinpoint it like that because again, like I said earlier, kids talk.
Right.
So we would have conversations.
Yeah.
And so now here I am feeling bad for getting treated the way that I was being treated. Not even saying that the bonus parent was purposely doing it, but I was looking at how I was making my brother feel.
Right.
So in my good feeling, I also had to revert back like, wow, man, I can't even believe. So I can't even genuinely be happy for what was being done for me because at the time it was being done, we both played played sports. So how I was celebrated, my little brother felt like why he wasn't celebrated as much or whatever. So it's like, man, it's like a high and a low at the same time with the situation.
Yeah.
So when me seeing that, it's like automatically I went into my situation once I was in it. Try not to as much as possible to let it be so noticeable that you treat one differently than the other one. Not even knowing at that time that situation was preparing me for where I was going because there's no way I knew I was going to eventually be a step parent. Yeah. But in doing that, I pulled from that situation and applied it to mine and said, let me make sure as much as possible I don't make these brothers resent each other for me doing what I'm thinking is good.
Right.
But to them, it's a difference being shown. And sometimes the kid will resent each other and the parent will never know until probably older. It's like, man, why y'all been bickering so much? And then you find out and you so old to where you like, man, it's nothing I can even do about it. But now once they had that conversation with you, it's like, so the whole time, this what this was about? Since it was something that was done in the childhood, they held on to it and resented each other, got older, and then now you find out and you 50, 60, 70 or whatever, they got kids and they mess around, don't even let their kids play with each other because of what was done to them. Generational curses, like we talked about before. But how many people can have a conversation and go in depth like we talking now and have these conversations to understand how deep that can go? People don't know how to discuss stuff like that, bro. Yeah. And they don't understand the depth of the hurt that can be done to the kid that you birthed, then the kids that they have. They will, because of the hurt they had. I don't even want my kid to go through that, so let me not even have no involvement with his brother. Or the uncle. Yeah. The uncle ain't even did nothing wrong that he know of, but because of how they was treated as kids, and that hurt have him in the mindset, I don't even want my kids to even go around and potentially be in that situation. And you got some people that do that. Yeah. How many people gonna discuss it and talk about it? And people wonder why some of these people ain't going to family reunions. It's a reason why they ain't going. Now, are they gonna talk about it?
Of course not.
Because what it's gonna do is gonna expose the mama or the daddy.
Yeah.
And they don't want them to be exposed in that kind of light.
Right.
Those are the type of secrets. Again, come close. Those are the kind of secrets I used to hear that old people say they're gonna take to their grave.
Yeah.
And they would take those type of secrets to their grave, man, because of how they was, man, look, man, let me stop. Because people do it.
They do it all the time.
People do it all the time, man. Those are
yeah.
family secrets that a lot of us have, man, but everybody don't want to discuss them because who may be hurt.
Yeah.
But they're not even understanding you steady hurting kids that's coming behind it. And these kids you can't pick your parents, bro. You can't pick the family that you're born in. All you can do is pray and hope that the one that you're born in do right by you. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Hey, man, little brother, he on here. Mr. Oaks. He said, big bro, we a team. We got to leave the dead weight out of our lane and shine. He said, we all we got, including mama.
Huh.
Exactly.
Say, man, that's blood.
Yeah.
He know what it is, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
It's some stuff that, hey, man, I'm big on. And I got this and I learned this from you, man. And it's like, it's stuff that you get and you have and it's on you and you go through and it's not from you.
Exactly.
It's not for you.
Not for you.
And what I understand is, man, it's a lot of stuff that I've been through. I used to always go, why? I stopped doing it a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I used to at the time, why? I didn't know that was preparing me for where I'm going.
Right.
At the time, what was going on trumped where I was going because I didn't know where I was going.
Right.
But what I had going on and the lane I'm in now, it's like, man, I had to prepare you for where you're going so you can handle it when you get there. And had I not changed my thinking with the trials that I had going on, I wouldn't be equipped and I wouldn't qualify to talk about what I'm talking about. Now, how many people that's in position of power and influence don't talk about stuff like this? There's probably not too many because who it may expose.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are scared about who they may expose because once him or her hear or see it, it's like, wow, so that's how you've been feeling the whole time? So that's why you ain't been doing X, Y, and Z. So that's why you refuse to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah, it's that hurt that people carry through their childhood into their adulthood and it never gets taken care of.
Wow.
And it trickles down to the kids.
To the kids, yeah.
And those are the generation of curses.
Yeah, yeah.
And people don't know how to have that kind of discussion, man. So I don't question it no more. I used to, but I don't question it no more, bro.
Huh, that's good.
Yeah, I don't.
I thought we was gonna have a passive collection play.
Hey, man,
but it was going down and you turned the nose of the plane up.
Yeah.
You got out of it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Hey, man.
I was waiting.
Yeah, you finna get the collection play to pass. Hey, man, like we say, man, growth is amazing.
It is.
And when you grow, man, you understand your calling.
Okay.
And when you understand your calling, you have to be obedient to what he called you to do.
Right.
And hey, man, for some of y'all, hey, I know this ain't your lane, this ain't for you. I'm just doing what he told me to do and saying what he told me to say about what we discussed.
So we are passing the collection.
Yeah, we might as well pass it, man. We might as well pass it, man. Because
you're finna pull the G card.
You know what, man?
Go ahead and pull it, man. Go ahead and pull it. You not already looked at it in the day. Go ahead and pull it. Go fish.
I look at it like I said, man. It's so many hurt people.
Yeah.
Hurting people. And they not even purposely hurting people.
Yeah, they don't even know why.
They don't know why.
Yeah. Because
nobody thought to dig up the stuff because they just put it up under the rug, push it up under the rug, push it up under the rug, and keep going. But eventually when you stop, that rug gonna be piled up with so much hurt you can't handle it.
Yeah.
So you have to at some point in time say, you know what, I'm tired of feeling like this here. I can't keep running. And the more you run, the more stuff pile up, the more hurt pile up. And for me, it's like, man, you know what? It's a reason why. Mm-hmm. And once you accept the reason and you comfortably once you comfortably walk in your purpose, you don't worry about how people view you no more. Right. And I had to learn it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn it. That was a journey, man. But how many people would have understood this journey? I don't let y'all in too much, man. And it's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why, man. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help, bro. And I had to understand, man, stop being scared of how people view you based on what you went through.
Put it out there.
And once I understood that, it's like, Marcus, you don't know. And somebody said this on one of the shows. They was like, you not telling your testimony, you don't know who you not helping. Right. Who you stopping yourself from helping. By not telling your testimony. Yeah. So me now, understanding it now, I can boldly walk in it without worried about how people gonna look and view you. Because me with, who I am as a person, how people view me, Nah, not him. He ain't never went through that. Ain't no way he went through nothing like that. You'd be surprised, man. But I ain't gonna let y'all in like that. That's too much tonight, man. That's too much.
Hey, Mr. Hicks said, "Give us some scripture, hopes." Yeah, yeah. Speak on it.
Hey, man, that's. I don't want to take them to church like that, man. I don't want to take them to church. But what I will say,
tomorrow's Sunday. It's all right.
Yeah, tomorrow.
It's all right.
What I will say, man, is God don't waste hurt, regardless of whatever hurt was. It was childhood hurt, young adulthood,
right.
or when you season in your adulthood. God don't waste hurt, and once you understand that He don't waste hurt, you better be you're more open to accept what comes with it. And if you just dealing with the hurt and focusing on the hurt, you forget to focus on who is the one that can solve all the problems.
Right.
But you have to get in that space.
Yeah.
If you're not in that space, everything I just said, you're like, man, screw all that you talking about. But I'm telling you, man, God don't waste hurt. Right. You just have to be open to receive the teaching from the hurt. Mm-hmm. And once you receive the teaching from the hurt, it's like, now I see why you didn't allow nobody to help me when I was going through that. It wasn't meant for nobody to help me. Yeah. Because if somebody helped, they would have stopped me from getting the teachings that He was trying to teach me from the lesson. Right. So He didn't let nobody help you on purpose. And it's like, man, wow, don't nobody care, You know, that ain't what it is. God just said, no, I don't need y'all to help him or her right now. I need them to grow. Yeah. So if you step in, He gonna do damage to you because you stopping him from getting done what he need to get done through that person. Yeah. So that's why I say God don't waste no hurt, man. It's just, I didn't even want to do all this. Yeah, this ain't what we supposed to be doing, man. We supposed to be talking about, and here I am having a whole, come on, man.
He did a whole service.
Hey, Brandon,
Brandon said people are going to talk regardless. Opinions like buttholes. Everybody has one. You spot on, Marcus, about walking in your purpose. And she got I thought it was a high five, but apparently it's the J. I thought it was a high five. Yeah, high five.
The praying hands?
Yeah, I didn't know this was praying hands.
Actually, the high five. That's what it is. It's actually, it's really praying hands, but if you really look at it, it's really a high five.
High five. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Like, shit,
so Brady did that high five.
Yeah, for the DFW. All the way.
For the DFW. Okay. Yeah. But I didn't even, Big King, he wasn't even supposed to go to, but you know, sometimes it ain't supposed to.
Like that.
But I really just think, man, that step parent thing is something that a lot of people need to discuss more. Yeah. Because it's an important thing, man. Like, it's a lot of bonus kids out here. Right. A lot of kids don't have their biological parent in their life. Right. So you basically don't have no choice but to go with whatever GPS parent-wise that's given to you. Right. You don't have no choice but to go with that teaching. Yeah. But that person that's giving you that right teaching need to be told, hey, I appreciate you for instilling in my son or my daughter what you instilled in them, because had you not, man, my daughter would have been doing some of any and everything. Yeah. My son would have been doing some of any and everything. Right. But I appreciate you for taking care of a kid that's not yours. People need to be told it, man. Yeah. Right. I feel like that, man.
Brandy on Monroe. She said, if you type in the words praying, those hands auto-populate. Stop acting so damn old.
Who said that?
Brandy.
Brandy said that.
I just thought it looked like a high five.
It technically it is a high five.
That's what I thought,
but they use it as praying hands.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's
I don't want no smoke.
Yeah. Call me, I'll call me. Oh, damn.
Yeah. I don't want no smoke, man. I don't want no smoke. But what I will say, and I'm going to ask you, King, before we go, can that be something that's a deal breaker from you if you don't feel like the woman is giving you your due credit? I know you probably like, you know what, because you ain't never been in this situation, so it's kind of hard for you to answer. Right. But if a woman doesn't give you the credit that you're due for what you do, whether it's purposely done or not purposely done, however you want to attack it, is that something that you be like, you know what, I'm done? Because I do too much. You know, I do too much and not be appreciated for what I do.
You know, now, yeah, because my eyes have been opened. At first, I didn't care about that kind of stuff because I was just playing my part. Right. You know, hey, this is what it is, and like, you know, whenever you have the dog races, they have these blinders on. Yeah. They can't see everything. I didn't see appreciation. I didn't worry about that.
Yeah.
I knew this was the issue. Okay, I got to do what I got to do to fix it. And I didn't even worry about all of that. But yeah, now, I mean, and it's just like, not just about the bonus parent, the bonus kid. It's in a relationship in general. Yeah. Everybody wants to be appreciated.
Everybody, man.
Everybody. I tell my wife I appreciate her all the time. All the time. Hey, man, because I can't do what she do. I can't. I'm not.
But see, that goes back to what I said when you were describing the impact that you brought into the boy's life when you came. She couldn't do that.
Right.
Could nobody do that but who done it?
Right.
So I'm in my head, I'm like, he should be, any man that does that and you come into a woman's life and she has boys, if he come in there and he automatically step into that role and showing them how to be young men, how to be leaders, how to potentially become husbands and leaders in your own family, if a man is doing that, in your head, you should automatically be like, you know what, let me tell this man thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do that.
Right.
Same thing if it was a woman and this man is single and he have a couple of daughters. And this woman naturally comes in and she's teaching these young women how to be queens. A man can't do that for a daughter.
Right.
But if this woman come in and she does that and step into that role without hesitation and do what she do, that woman needs to be told, hey, babe, you know what? I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Like, tell this woman thank you for that, man. Because at the end of the day, she's not obligated.
Right.
She's really not obligated. Now, a lot of people, like I said again, I date you, I date your kids. But if she was to say, you know what, those are not mine, can you say she wrong for that?
Yeah.
You can't say she wrong for that because technically they're not her kids.
Right.
But by her doing what she's doing, babe, thank you for teaching my daughters how to be, you know what I'm saying, queens. Just give people what they do credit is, man. That's the whole purpose of what we want to talk about tonight. It wasn't supposed to go into church.
Yeah.
That wasn't the intentions. But I didn't mean to give you a piece of my life history.
Yeah,
that wasn't the intention.
Oh yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. That was. But that's the way he made it to go.
Right.
But I just feel like, man, give people they do credit, man, because a lot of people out here will not date people or have broken up with people because I do too much, and you ain't telling me thank you for what I'm doing. You know what? I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm appreciated.
Wow.
It's some people that's like that, man. Yeah. Now, how many people gonna say it? They probably ain't gonna say it because if I tell him this, but he got a nice car, he got a nice house, but man, he got some badass kids, and they ain't gonna appreciate it. Yeah. Come on, man, I'm not finna deal with this. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So you know, hey, I'm saying what a lot of people thinking.
Yeah.
Now, are they gonna say it? They probably ain't. But if I'm dating you and I gotta deal with your bad kids, man, you better tell me thank you because I'm gonna go somewhere else. And they probably got no kids.
Yeah.
Or their kids do appreciate me. I'm going to go somewhere else where I feel appreciated.
Yeah.
People do that, man. But are they going to say it?
No.
Ain't too many people going to just call people kids bad.
Yeah.
They ain't going to do that. They ain't going to do that.
Well, brother, hey, man, it's about an hour. But go ahead and shut it on down.
Man, I already shut it down, man. I did so much preaching.
Preached and spoke the good word and shouted an eye out.
That wasn't the whole purpose, man.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I felt it. I didn't want no trouble. Almost with that.
Yeah. But I just think, man, sometimes, man, you do certain shows, and some shows is just a lesson. It's teaching.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, I think more people that's in positions of power and influence need to have this discussion. But some of them people are still bonus parents.
Right.
Don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
And me, man, look, man, I don't think like the norm, man. Let me cut this computer down and do all this shit, man. Because, man, I think different. Yeah. I don't think like everybody else, you know. And I'm glad I'm an independent thinker, man, because you can't convince me to think like everybody else because I try to think unlike everybody else to try to help people that don't feel like they can be helped.
Right. Because
if I think like everybody else and ain't nobody helping them, I damn sure ain't gonna help them because I'm thinking like everybody else.
Right.
So I try to always be in my own thought process on let's create something that can help some people, man. Now, y'all share this on your page. We know a lot of y'all didn't come on here because we were talking about eating booty. Eating booty is way more popular than bonus parent. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But at the end of the day, sometimes, man, we be trying to teach the people, man. We
Try to teach you how to eat booty.
No. We may hit y'all with some of that later. But today just wasn't one of them shows. Today just wasn't one of them shows, man. It's really just trying to help people out, man.
Hey, take it easy, Mr. Hicks. He said, be blessed. Y'all have a good night. You too, brother.
Appreciate you, Mr. Hicks. Yeah. Appreciate y'all, man, for coming in. Like I say, man, support the page, support the movement. We got shirts and hoodies as well. Miss Sherilyn, your hoodie is on the way. So I may go and get it tomorrow. I'm waiting on the people to print it up or whatever. Anybody else that want a shirt or hoodie, holler at us. 2 Man with an Opinion. We gonna holler at y'all.